In recent weeks, there has been a great deal of misleading information about the British Virgin Islands. I would like to set the record straight. The British Virgin Islands has been identified as a tax haven by critics, in my opinion, quite unfairly. The BVI is a well-respected and well-regulated international financial center. It has been for many years. In fact, the British government itself has been very complimentary about the way we conduct ourselves. So has the World Bank and the OECD. Companies are attracted to the BVI for good reasons. We have a stable political system. We have a very effective regulatory environment. We have rules based on English law. The BVI is a fully signed-up member of the international financial community. Some people say we must share more information. In fact, we have 24 agreements with other governments on information sharing. On May 21st, we signed the most recent one with the Government of Canada. There are a lot of myths attached to the British Virgin Islands. One is that we support tax evasion or avoidance. We don't support it. We don't condone it. We don't welcome it. But we do provide a tax-neutral environment. This is a good thing because it makes global trading easier and it speeds investment to many of the poorest quarters of the world. This brings prosperity, growth, and jobs to the people who need them most. Another myth is that we run a secret financial system. It's sheer nonsense. Of course, we believe in confidentiality. I don't think everyone should be able to know all the details of your bank account. But if we get a request from a legitimate authority, we will disclose that information. Yet another misleading idea is that financial regulation in the BVI is lax. It isn't. We have very effective financial compliance. In fact, we were one of the first jurisdictions to introduce anti-money laundering legislation back in 1999. Also, the BVI is not a banking center. In fact, there are only 6 banks in the BVI. However, this leads me to a concern that we do have in the BVI. There are calls for us to publish all details of the beneficial ownership of companies. The first thing to say is that if we receive a legitimate request for that information, we will give it privately to the government asking. But there are other considerations. Publishing all the detail could have implications for the safety and privacy of individuals. It could be a wonderful source of information for criminals and those involved in identity theft, fraud, and cybercrime. Reports from the United Kingdom Serious Organized Crime Agency and the House of Lords Committee support that view. In addition, we are concerned to have a level playing field when it comes to regulation. For example, while the BVI has been asked to publish details of beneficial ownership, some G8 countries making these demands could not comply with the rules they propose. The US authorities, for example, admit that record keeping in many states is inadequate. And many more companies are incorporated in the United States in low-tax environments than in the BVI. I think that everyone should take a deep breath and take a good long time to consider these matters. In June, the G8 countries will discuss tax. The British Virgin Islands will continue to be a constructive partner in evolving regulation. We are proud of our part in the global economy. We believe that good regulations is good business. All we ask is that any regulation proposed must be applied with equal rigor across the whole international financial community.